Hey, today's March 14th, 2017. I'm going to review real quick what I've been working on the last 2 weeks and even a little bit further than that. The Etudes for second position was it's sort of an introduction in the Suzuki book to shifting to second position. So I've been working on that for the last few weeks or so, and last week I was still having a lot of trouble with it. But the more you practice it, the more you get to sort of understand how much to move in order to find those notes easier. So let's do a quick run through of Etudes for second position, as well as the tonalization exercise at the bottom of page 7 in Suzuki's Cello School Volume 2. And then I want to move on to the next song, which is Minuet No. 1, which will be a song which utilizes second position. So that should definitely be fun and interesting to play a song in which I'll start to do a little bit more shifting. So let's give Etudes for second position a try, and we'll see what this sounds like. I don't have my other metronome, I don't have my other tuner in front of me, so I'm really going to just play this by ear and hopefully close to where I'm supposed to be. As I mentioned in the past few weeks, using a metronome the tuner in front of you really helps, especially when you're shifting to help you understand, did I shift enough? Was it enough? And as you go back from second position back to first position, did I find first position correctly? Because to my ear, it sounds like the correct note, but we can all be a little bit more accurate in the tones that we play. So let's give Etudes for second position a try. We'll start with the B. So hopefully this is the B here. So it goes A, B. Okay, so I think this is the B here. So let's see here. First segment. Second segment. Third segment. So hopefully that's around the right notes and the right fingerings for the amount of shifting that I need to do. And let's give the tonalization exercise a try here. This incorporates a bit more, 3 different strings here. So it starts with the C. So let me make sure I have the C here. So it goes a little bit something like this. made a bit of a mistake there on the D string. Let's try this one more time here. Starts again with C. So I think I build a little bit more confidence in some of the shifts. My tune that I'm playing might still be a bit off, so that definitely needs some more work. But I feel like I attained a sense of confidence in sort of figuring out like how much distance it is, especially when shifting from the D string back to the A string, and having to not just go directly across to the A string, but across and back, maybe up a finger. So I feel like I'm making some progress there. So I'll keep sort of working at the shifting, and let's go ahead and jump to the next piece, which is Minuet number 1. Okay, Minuet number 1 by Bach, Johann Sebastian Bach. And it is similar to the other minuet which is Minuet number 2 in book 1. The minuet should be very bouncy and dance-like. To begin, I probably won't play it as quick as it actually should be, which was designated as allegretto. But you know, as I progress, maybe I'll be able to play it a little bit quicker. The bow stroking, I believe, is also similar to Minuet number 2 in Suzuki Cello School Volume 1. So maybe I'll, you know, just to familiarize or, you know, sort of remember what that song sounded like. Let's try to play a little bit of Minuet number 2 before we go into Minuet number 1, just to get a feel for the bounciness and liveliness of a minuet. So if I remember this correctly, this starts off as a C here, and this goes something like this. So I'm playing quite out of tune for some of this, but maybe that sort of gives us a little precursor to get us into the mood for a minuet. So I want to talk about this minuet here in particular. At the bottom of this song, there's actually the couple of measures in which shifting will occur, and it just focuses on just those couple measures in order to sort of get you used to playing that measure correctly with the shift, so that when you incorporate it back into the song, hopefully it'll go a lot smoother. So I'm going to go ahead and play this excerpt of the shifting piece before I jump into the song itself. So the shifting piece goes a little bit something like this. It starts off with a G on the D string. So let me play this one more time again. So again, it breaks it down with even some more rests in here in order for give you time to find the shift. So the melody goes. Yeah, so actually it's the same melody repeated, one with quarter notes and one with eighth notes, a little bit slower and a little bit faster. So the shift is dun 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 dun, and that C dun, 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 that C is played with the number 2 finger in second position, whereas it normally, if I was in first position, it would be the 4th finger on the G string. The C here is therefore shifted to be played with the 2nd finger. Dun 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 dun. And a little bit faster, it goes like. That last note actually shifts from the G string back over to the D string, but now I'm in 2nd position with the 4th finger playing the A. Oh, I might be off. So playing the A on the D string 4th finger from playing the C on the G string 2nd finger. So again, the melody goes. Oh, a little bit off. Usually, I have a tendency to not reach enough, so I'm going to be focused on, make sure I reach a little bit more, and maybe my percentage of getting it correct will be a little bit higher. The second part that has a very similar shift is just 1 octave higher. So this one starts off on the A string, and the shift occurs on the D string when it plays the G. So it starts off on A string, similar melody, octave higher. So the one before, dun 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 dun. This one goes a little 1 octave higher. So again, it's a very similar shift in both of those areas. Now let's see what Minuet No. 1 sounds like, the melody, and then you'll hear where the two measures in which that shift occurs. But yeah, let's see how Minuet No. 1 sounds like. So that's the first 2 lines, and in there, I'm sure you saw and heard the melody that I was practicing before with the shift. And hopefully I can play it better than that. So one interesting thing that I didn't mention before is after shifting down to come back and finding first position, that's also that wasn't necessarily practiced in the two measures I played before, but is also an important piece to pay attention to. So it's almost like if I was to play the practice piece, I would like to include after switching to second position to jump back to first position as part of the practice. So that would go something like that. So in order to, because I'm way down here playing the A, playing the A on the fourth finger, and somewhere up here is where I want to jump back to, and hopefully I can find it. Something like that. And that's the F on the D string here. So let's play those first two lines again, and let's see if I can get that shift in to be a little bit more smooth this time. Still not very smooth, but we'll work through it one more time. And then let's see how the next two lines sound like. This one starts in piano, so a little bit softer here. And then here is where it plays the higher octave version of the shift. And that's actually quite a beautiful sort of high sound that I haven't experimented too much with on the cello, besides the second position etudes. But you can really hear some very beautiful sounds on the higher registers as well as the low C's where you hear that vibration. But the higher notes really sound nice as well on this cello. Okay, so let me run through the second two lines one more time, and hopefully I can incorporate that really high, beautiful E as smoothly as I can, shifting to it. So this one starts from the piano again. Hesitant because I want to hit those high notes and I want them to ring out, and I feel like my hand is a little bit stiff, trying to shift a little bit, not very smooth and not very natural. I'll try one more time here, a little bit slowly. Flat. also a little bit of dynamics here as well as we crescendo into that high E. Dun, 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 dun. It really, this piece really wants that to ring out, so I want to do it some more justice. Crescendos towards the last two measures. Okay, so let's see what the last two lines of the song sound like. It goes a little bit something like this. This one here also has a shift to second position. It's the first shift that we did in the lower register. So that one was. And then finding the first position again. So again, a very lovely piece by J.S. Bach, and I'll keep working on this, and hopefully I'll make more progress by next week.